I was recently at the Berlin Film Festival as a juror and saw 20 films. And at the end of that, I met Petra at a party and she gave me this DVD. And I was like, I don't see no films. God. So I put it in my bag, and when I was back home, I watched it. And if a film can take those 20, the 15 of those 20 that weren't so great, and cleanse me of them, and make me believe again in the transformative power of the cinema, and let loose my cynicism about it, it was this film.
This is not a film, a regular film that you go there and watch a story or a documentary on something. It's more like an experience. It's more about feeling than watching and understanding. And that's why I was really blown away, because when you watch the film, you keep having insights, because it talks about so many things at the same time. There's so many layers. You see Petra in this road of reading diaries and trying to get material and talk to people to find her sister. So I'd say it's a psychological road movie, It's like in this road, it's like we're in this car inside her head, and in the window you see all these different landscapes, Super 8 and videos, and I will travel in this journey inside Petra's mind.
I like the way the cinematography goes in and out of clarity. Isn't that always the battle, to try to figure out what happened? It's always a mystery to go into the past and try to figure out what the actual truth is. And what you find is that there's more than one truth.
I think when people read documentary, they think about TV shows that with a voiceover explaining things and lecturing you on different subjects. But that's definitely not the case of this film and some other brilliant documentaries, because it really hooks you and you're taken in this journey like you were watching a thriller. You want to know where it's going to lead you, and you're so involved. The experience is very emotional, especially in Elena. I was very activated, It's like I was having insights every minute, The film was giving me ideas and bringing me ideas and feelings all the time. It was that's why I thought this was the best film I've seen in the last 2 years. Let's say, I don't really mind a documentary touching me like this in really the past 10 years. I've seen some great documentaries, but not as good as this one in this decade.
Part of the reason I want to support the film is because I know it's not a slam dunk on, selling it or getting a big audience for it, or it's a necessary film, I feel, because we all have experienced something like this.
20 de março. Oi de novo. Tô aqui em Nova York. Sempre tive preconceito com a aula de atuação. Você vai, eles adoram tudo que você faz. Mas quando eu vi esse professor, o Monte, que eu achei ele um diretor mesmo, exigiram muito da gente. Ele até me recomendou pro primeiro teste de casting.
You leave this interview excited, but the days pass, and there's no news. No one calls you back. You can't stand this time, this waiting.
Well, I do remember feeling like less than zero in New York City. When you're an artist and you're opening up your soul and your heart, laying yourself in front of people, stripping naked, it's a very sensitive place to be. Too often, society and successful artists forget about the necessity of young art experimentation. And certainly the life of an artist is kind of designed that way. There's going to be a tremendous amount of rejection and a tremendous amount of challenges one has to overcome in order to pursue one's dreams. And only through trying something dangerous or new can society grow from the artist's effort.
I'm a big fan of Malick, and I think it has a bit of his feeling in the film, because it's very emotional, like all his films. Talks about life, about why we're here and the meaning of our existence, and very strong images. It's just, yeah, it could be like a Malick documentary with the same quality, I would say, because there's some images, very powerful images that are very related to what the story is telling you. It's really. We were talking about the river, which is really, for me, a key image for the film. And I'm sure, I don't know if it's conscious or not, but she thought about Ophelia from Hamlet, because it's the same, this person who's getting crazy, who can't find herself, who doesn't know who she is anymore, and finally she let go in because the image is just very Shakespearean, isn't it?
What I think is unique about Elena, the film, is that it actually takes you to a place where you're kind of reluctant to go as a person, and kind of forces you to face your own demons and your own sadness and your own loss in a way that I think is ultimately very healthy. And when we don't deal with these emotions, it doesn't make them go away. They're there, and they lie latent and powerful, and can surprise you in the strangest moments.
It's not a documentary. I think we should create this third genre of film. I mean, you can watch a feature, a documentary, or an experience film. This is more in this third category, which is experience, films that you experience, not that you... I think maybe that's what is missing. It's create this third, which is the kind of film I like better, you know, films that you experience. I don't think it's a Brazilian film. Well, it's set in New York, spoken in English, and the experience, I mean, the main event happened in the US, but it's not an American film, because it's a Brazilian family, and I think it's really a universal film. You can't say it's a Latin film, not at all. A Brazilian film, no. It could be European. Yeah, it's really a universal. It talks to anybody in any country, in any place in the world, yeah.